you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon.
G'day everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna and this is You Got Me in Stitches, and today is Tuesday, so it is that time again, Tip Time Tuesday. This week I am coming in at you for a video about what to do with all the leftover fabric pieces. I have a box here with some of my leftover fabric pieces. I also have all these itty bitty like spaghetti leftover, just tiny little bits that you just really cannot do anything with, and this is what I'm going to concentrate on today and show you guys what you can actually do with all these little pieces instead of just tossing them. I am going to grab me some of these larger leftover pieces, this nest of bits here, and see what we can do with these. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I'm going to get up to. Okay, so at the moment I've just pulled out 3 reasonably sized pieces of fabric here. I think I will just use this blue one, and to be fair, straight away it's not too bad in the sense of if I just folded that over and just made sure everything was as straight as it could be, and then all I need to do is just trim up this edge here and cut it off. Righto, so depending on what it is that you have decided to make, and today I am just going to make a little toy for the kitties. As you guys know, I have 1 or 2 little cats. 9. Yeah, that's right, you heard that right, 9. I did have a lot more. And you can measure, it's entirely up to you if you like to measure. I am just going to do a regular basic square, and on this I'm just going to trim up this edge, and this is already folded, so when I come to sewing all I need to do is sew around the raw edges here, remembering to leave a gap. And again, it's just personal choice if you'd like to measure, if you have a set little item that you would like to sew, and then therefore you would just take your measuring tool of choice and go around your fabric piece and measure. But today on this little cat toy I am just going to play around with the fabric that I have here, and it doesn't have to be square, it could be circular or whatever shape you would like to do. There are some novelty ones out there as well. So I am just going to take my ruler there, and because it's a gingham fabric it's kind of easier just to follow the gingham line, and then take my scissors and just cut that away, and then it can also be kept in a little scrap. Just going to go to the sewing machine and stitch around those edges, remembering to leave a gap. It doesn't matter too much if you do forget to leave a little gap, because you can get your quick unpick out and decide which raw edge that you would like the opening to then turn the fabric piece out. Right, so I just on a regular stitch length, I have now stitched around those 3 raw edges there, and I have left a little gap along here. And again, you don't actually have to cut off your tails of the thread there. I am actually going to leave those in, and I may clip the corners, and those corners will also go in the little itty bitty pile. As you can see there, I've just clipped 2 of the corners off. The little pieces are here, and they are going to go in this nest collection of itty bitty leftover pieces there. I am now going to turn this around to the right side, and I have left enough gap that I can use my fingers quite easily there. And I don't think the kitty cats are going to be too concerned if I haven't pushed out my corners in a point that is nice and sharp. But again, also, if you'd like to do that and you just don't like the finger pressing on the points, you can use a point turner. I know some people do use scissors, and yes, I have been a little bit guilty of that. Or whatever tool you use, just poke those out. I am just using my fingers there, and it's all ready now to stuff.
Quite simply, pick up your little pouch there and dive in to all this mess of spaghetti nest here. And all you need to do is just open it up. I've pushed my threads in there and they want to go, and then just pick up all the little random itty bitty bits there and just push them inside the little pouch there, and keep going until you decide how much you would like that little pet toy pouch to be stuffed. I am also going to add a little happy secret ingredient. So I fill that up to about the halfway mark there, as you can see. And I have some kitty catnip, and I am just going to sprinkle some of those inside the pouch and put all that in there and kind of wiggly jiggle it around a little bit so it can spread amongst all those fabric scraps, and then quite simply just add more of the spaghetti nest bits of leftover pieces there. I think most of this will actually be able to fit in here. It doesn't have to be overstuffed. It's whatever you feel the little pouch bag there can hold. I think for me that is about right. So again, just push it to the corners, and also it kind of looks like a little cushion there, and if you wanted to make a little small cushion just for decoration for around your home, you could also use these same pieces of itty bitty fabric leftover pieces. It would work equally the same. Now all I need to do is close the little hole there. I am going to go back to the sewing machine and just run stitches. Just going to make sure that it's finger pressed there on both sides, and just quite simply run a stitch along there. You can also hand stitch if you do not want to see the stitches, but again, because this is a little cat toy, I really don't think they are going to be that fussy and care about the little stitches on the outside.
My little kitty is actually already found the nip, and she's sniffing it out. You have to wait, Emma. Righto, so now that little kitty play pouch has all been sewn up and everything there and stuffed, what I have just done quickly, just off camera, I have put my thread through the needle there, and instead of snipping off those loose little threads and tossing them and or putting them in a little fabric nest pile, which is usually what I do, so I thread the needle, and then all you need to do is piece the fabric there and follow that through the fabric. And I have a sharp needle here, and just bring that through, and then just go back through where that was, and just keep going until those loose threads disappear into the fabric, and then that way you don't have to actually cut those off. And just keep going. They were rather long, those threads. I usually have them. It's getting shorter. I know you can actually weave through, but sometimes I've done that, and I'm sure you guys know and had the experience of losing your needle. So there we go, almost there, until nothing comes out. Like that. Ooh, catch me needle. Now, take a kitty or two or three and present your kitty with a little pouch and see what they do. So Lucy there, oh, like this honeycomb, not far behind. And there you have it, a little cat toy. There she goes, rubbing. And your honeycomb wants to have a play. So I think, guys, we have a success there. Considering I've just woken him up from his arvo sleep, he's quite happy playing there. So all I need to do is just sew up a few more, because I have a few kits, and so they don't fight over it, they can kind of then share. So this little guy is going to be happy for a little while. Righto guys, just flip the camera around and talk to you. Well, I am talking to you, but I mean so you can see me. You the little blackbird there. Anyway, so I think you agree, guys, that there's definitely the part of approval from the kids. So there is money of an option with all the little leftover scrap pieces of fabric. So with your leftover pieces there, you could quite easily make little things for your pets. You could also do pin cushions, little tiny pieces of fabric like this, again to cover buttons. You could also make little patchwork cushions, and for any quilters out there, you guys already know that using little pieces like that in your quilts is always a great idea. You can be as creative and innovative as much as you like. You can also make little clothes for the dolls, or if you have like any little teddy bears and things like that. Also, have you thought about making little cases for keeping your needles in? Also egg cozies, cup cozies, anything like that. And also little tiny pieces of fabric for decoupage and things like that. Anyway, there's loads of endless ideas there, and I'm sure most of you guys have already thought about those. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys do with all your leftover pieces. I will see you guys on Sunday for an unboxing of something, so if you'd like to tune in for that, please do. Thank you always for stopping by and watching. Stay safe everybody, take care.